At first glance, Switzerland feels almost invisible on the world stage. A small country with no access to the sea, no massive population, no loud political voice, no dramatic headlines that dominate global news cycles. And yet, the moment you pause and look closer, something feels different. How can a nation so quiet feel so solid? How can a place so small carry such weight? Switzerland sits quietly in the heart of Europe, surrounded by powerful neighbors. Yet it has shaped its own path with remarkable confidence. It does not rush. It does not shout. It simply stands firm. This is a country where silence is not weakness, but control. Where restraint is not absence, but strength carefully measured. As you travel through its landscapes, from calm cities to towering mountains, you begin to sense a deeper rhythm. Everything feels intentional. Every system, every street, every rule exists for a reason. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is rushed. What makes Switzerland fascinating is not what it shows, but what it withholds. Power here is quiet. Influence is subtle. Trust is built over centuries, not moments. Behind the calm exterior lies a nation that has mastered balance. Between tradition and innovation, between independence and cooperation, between privacy and global responsibility, Switzerland does not dominate through force, it influences through stability. It earns respect by being reliable when the world feels uncertain. This is a place where time moves differently, where progress is steady, not explosive, where success does not need to announce itself. And perhaps that is the mystery. In a world obsessed with speed, noise, and attention, Switzerland chooses another path, a path of patience, of precision, of quiet confidence. The more you observe, the more questions emerge. How did this country remain so stable while others struggled? How did it protect its identity without closing itself off? How did it become indispensable without demanding the spotlight? Switzerland does not ask to be noticed. It simply exists with purpose, and that is exactly why the world listens when it speaks. After understanding Switzerland's quiet presence, the next question feels almost inevitable. How does a country so reserved manage to offer one of the highest qualities of life on Earth? The answer reveals itself slowly, not through luxury displays, but through order you can feel in every moment. In Switzerland, wealth does not shout, it whispers through precision. Trains arrive exactly when they promise. Streets remain clean without constant reminders. Public spaces feel respected, not controlled. And institutions work so smoothly that people almost forget how rare this is. Here, stability is not a slogan, it is a lived experience. The economy stands among the strongest in the world, yet everyday life feels calm, grounded, and human. High incomes exist, but so does responsibility. Strong social systems exist, but they are supported by trust, not dependency. Nothing feels excessive. Nothing feels neglected. What truly surprises visitors is how invisible wealth becomes. No obsession with status. No pressure to impress. Quality reveals itself in details most places overlook. Healthcare that feels reliable before you need it. Education that values skill and patience. Legal systems that feel fair, predictable, and steady. Even silence feels organized, almost intentional. This is a country where comfort is not created through extravagance, but through consistency. People dress simply. Homes feel practical rather than flashy. Luxury exists, but it does not dominate the culture. Instead, Switzerland invests in something rarer, peace of mind, and that may be its greatest achievement. In a world where wealth often creates chaos, here it creates balance. In a time when progress often demands speed, here it chooses precision. You begin to understand why stress feels lower, why trust feels higher, and why life seems to flow with fewer sharp edges. This is not a perfect place, but it is a deeply intentional one. Switzerland shows that prosperity does not need noise to be real, that success does not need constant celebration, and that true quality of life is not about having more, but about needing less to feel secure. As this quiet nation continues to move forward, it leaves us with a powerful thought. What if the highest form of wealth is simply a life that works? After witnessing Switzerland's quiet wealth and remarkable order, another layer slowly comes into focus. The people. At first glance, Swiss society may feel distant, reserved, carefully measured, but stay a little longer, and you begin to realize something deeper is at work. This is not coldness, this is respect. In Switzerland, discipline is not enforced loudly, it is chosen quietly. Punctuality is not pressure, it is a shared agreement. Time matters here, because people value one another's lives. Personal space is respected, not because people are distant, but because boundaries are considered a form of courtesy. No one interrupts unnecessarily, no one rushes into your world uninvited, and in return, you are given the same calm respect. What surprises many travelers is how peaceful this feels. Life flows without friction, neighbors coexist without conflict, public spaces feel calm, predictable, and safe. This is a society built on trust. Trust that rules will be followed, trust that promises will be kept, trust that systems will work without constant supervision, and that trust changes everything. People live independently, yet never feel isolated. Community exists, but without intrusion. Silence is comfortable here. Order is reassuring. Routine becomes a source of stability, not boredom. There is no need to prove oneself loudly, no constant comparison, no social chaos competing for attention. Instead, value is placed on reliability, fairness, and long-term thinking. Children grow up learning responsibility early. Adults respect rules not out of fear, but out of shared understanding. Even disagreements feel controlled, processed through dialogue rather than emotion. This does not mean life lacks warmth. It simply expresses warmth differently, through consistency, through reliability, through the quiet confidence that tomorrow will look much like today, and that is a good thing. In a world driven by noise and urgency, the Swiss way of living offers something rare: calm without stagnation, order without oppression, freedom supported by structure, and slowly, you begin to understand why this society feels so stable, not because it avoids complexity, but because it chooses balance over drama. Switzerland reminds us that peace is not an accident. It is a daily decision, made by millions of people, acting with quiet respect for one another. As we move deeper into the Swiss way of living, another quiet truth begins to reveal itself. Not loudly announced, not displayed as a slogan, but woven gently into everyday life. In Switzerland, equality is not a performance. It is a structure. Swiss women grow up with a strong sense of independence. From education, to career choices, to personal identity, they are encouraged to stand on their own feet, to make decisions for themselves, and to shape their lives without constant social pressure. What surprises many visitors is how natural this balance feels. Women here move through society with confidence, not because they must prove strength, but because the system supports it quietly. The law protects equality clearly. Workplaces are regulated. Rights are defined, not debated daily. And because of that, gender discussions feel calmer, less confrontational, more resolved. Marriage in Switzerland is a choice, never an expectation. Many women choose long-term partnerships, others choose independence. Both paths are equally respected. No ticking clock imposed by society, no constant questioning of personal decisions. This creates something rare. Relationships are built on intention, not obligation. Families form because people want them, not because tradition demands them. In daily interactions, you notice the balance. Men and women share responsibilities naturally. Public spaces feel safe, neutral, predictable. Boundaries are respected without explanation. There is no need to compete for attention, no exaggerated display of dominance, just mutual recognition. What feels most striking is how little noise surrounds equality here. No dramatic declarations, no constant tension. Equality exists because it has already been integrated into the social foundation, and this subtlety makes it powerful. It allows people to focus on life itself, on work, relationships, creativity, rather than endless negotiation of roles. For outsiders, this can be both surprising and thought-provoking, because Switzerland shows that progress does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes, the most advanced systems are the ones that function so smoothly, you almost forget they exist. In this quiet balance, Swiss women are not placed on a pedestal, nor pushed into shadows. They stand where they choose to stand. And in that choice, you glimpse a society that values freedom not as a promise, but as a lived reality. As the story of Switzerland continues, the country begins to speak through its cities, and nowhere is this contrast clearer than between Zurich and Geneva. Two cities, two rhythms, two personalities that feel almost like different worlds. Zurich moves with precision. Trains arrive exactly on time. Glass towers reflect discipline and ambition. This is the heartbeat of finance, technology, and industry. People here walk with purpose. Decisions are fast. Energy is focused. Yet beneath that sharp exterior, Zurich carries a quiet elegance. Clean streets, calm lakesides, old town alleys where history whispers softly. Between modern steps, it is not a city that tries to impress. It simply performs at a high level, every single day. Then, just a few hours away, Geneva breathes differently. Here, time slows, voices soften, languages blend, ideas travel further than footsteps. Geneva is where diplomacy lives, international organizations, humanitarian missions, conversations that shape borders, resolve conflicts, and define global futures. The city feels thoughtful, almost reflective. Cafes along the lake feel like meeting rooms for the world. People listen more than they speak. Presence matters more than speed. If Zurich is the engine, Geneva is the conscience. One builds power, the other manages responsibility. What makes Switzerland extraordinary is how these opposites coexist, without competing. There is no tension between them, only balance. The country does not force uniformity. It allows differences to thrive, while remaining connected by shared values. Order, respect, neutrality, precision. Travelers often choose one city over the other, but to truly understand Switzerland, you need to feel both. The sharp clarity of Zurich's mornings, the soft reflections of Geneva's evenings. Together, they reveal a deeper truth. Switzerland is not defined by one identity. It is defined by harmony between contrasts, strength and empathy, speed and patience, power and restraint. And as the lights fade over alpine horizons, these two cities continue their quiet dialogue, shaping a nation that proves greatness does not need to be loud. Sometimes, it simply needs to be balanced. After moving through the contrasting souls of Zurich and Geneva, Switzerland slowly reveals something deeper, something quieter, something that cannot be measured by numbers or influence. Its culture, Swiss culture, does not shout. It does not rush to be seen. It exists calmly, rooted in mountains, seasons, and routines repeated for centuries. High in alpine villages, traditional clothing is still worn during festivals. Heavy fabrics, careful embroidery, colors chosen not to impress, but to last. Each detail carries memory. Food follows the same philosophy. Cheese aged patiently in cool cellars. Chocolate crafted with precision, not excess. Simple mountain dishes designed to warm the body, not overwhelm the senses. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is rushed. There is beauty in restraint. Festivals arrive quietly with the calendar, not with advertising. Cowbells echo across green valleys. Bonfires mark seasonal transitions. Music feels local, intimate, shared more than performed. These moments are not created for tourists. They exist for the community first. That is what makes them powerful. Swiss traditions are protected not by nostalgia, but by discipline. Rules are respected. Time is honored. Craftsmanship is taken seriously. A watch is not just an object. It is a reflection of mindset, accuracy, patience, responsibility. Even in daily life, simplicity becomes a form of respect. Homes are tidy but not extravagant. Public spaces are clean because everyone protects them. Nature is not conquered, it is negotiated with. Hiking trails are carefully marked. Mountains are admired, not challenged recklessly. Lakes remain clear because preservation is a shared duty. To an outsider, this culture may feel quiet, but listen longer. You begin to hear something rare: stability, continuity, trust between generations. In a world constantly chasing novelty, Switzerland chooses consistency, and that choice is intentional. Here, beauty is not about spectacle. It is about balance between humans and nature, between tradition and modern life, between freedom and responsibility. As the alpine sun sets behind snow-lined peaks, Swiss culture does not ask for attention. It simply remains. And somehow, that quiet persistence is what makes it unforgettable. After understanding Switzerland's quiet traditions and disciplined simplicity, the landscape opens up, and suddenly, the country speaks without words. Towering mountains rise like ancient guardians. The Matterhorn stands sharp against the sky, not dramatic by force, but by presence alone. Lakes mirror the clouds so clearly, they feel unreal. Valleys stretch wide and green, holding villages that seem placed with intention, not chance. Here, nature is not background scenery, it is the main character. Every train ride becomes a slow reveal. Every turn offers a new sense of scale. You begin to feel small, and strangely, grateful for it. There is awe, but no chaos. Even in the wildest alpine landscapes, everything feels cared for. Trails are clean, paths are clear, silence is respected. This is not a place that overwhelms you, it invites you. And when night falls, the contrast deepens. Swiss nightlife does not explode. It glows, Cities like Zurich and Geneva come alive gently. Warm lights spill from cafes. Soft music hums behind glass windows. Conversations stay low, intentional. There are bars, clubs, and late dinners, but none feel aggressive. No rush to impress. No noise fighting for attention. Night here is about connection, not escape. People meet after work, share a drink, exchange stories, and return home without excess. Even in nightlife, balance is preserved. This emotional contrast is what surprises most visitors. During the day, you stand before mountains that feel eternal. At night, you sit in a quiet bar where time feels slow again. Power and calm, grandeur and restraint, energy without exhaustion. In many European cities, nightlife exists to forget the day. In Switzerland, it feels like an extension of it, a continuation of rhythm. You begin to understand why people here seem grounded, why life feels stable, why stress never fully takes over. Because Switzerland offers something rare, a place where nature reminds you of scale, and nightlife reminds you of simplicity, where excitement does not require noise, and beauty does not require excess. As the lights fade and the mountains remain, you realize this is not just a destination, it is a pause, a reminder that life can be full without being loud, and in that quiet contrast, Switzerland leaves its deepest impression. After the stillness of mountains and the gentle glow of Swiss nights, the story widens, not outward in noise, but inward in influence. Switzerland does not raise its voice, it creates space. For centuries, this small, landlocked country chose neutrality, not as weakness, but as strategy. While borders shifted and empires clashed, Switzerland remained steady, becoming a place where enemies could sit at the same table. This is where quiet power begins. In Geneva, the world gathers, not to celebrate, not to conquer, but to negotiate, to listen, to prevent collapse before it begins. Behind calm lake waters and orderly streets, decisions are made that ripple across continents. Peace talks, humanitarian coordination, global health responses, international law. Geneva feels less like a city and more like a living room for the planet. Neutral ground, neutral tone, maximum trust. This is not accidental. Trust is Switzerland's most valuable export. Banks here do not sell spectacle, they sell stability. Humanitarian institutions do not chase headlines, they protect dignity. The Red Cross was born here, rooted in the idea that even in conflict, humanity must survive. That philosophy still lives quietly in the streets. You won't see grand monuments declaring power. You'll feel it in precision, in discretion, in the confidence of not needing to prove anything. What's remarkable is how naturally this global role fits Swiss character. Order becomes reliability. Silence becomes credibility. Discipline becomes diplomacy. While other nations compete for attention, Switzerland earns respect by consistency. And that is why the world keeps coming back here. Because when things fall apart, when trust is fragile, when words must be chosen carefully, this is where conversations feel safe. Standing in Geneva after exploring the Alps, you understand the full contrast. A country shaped by mountains, yet influential far beyond them. A nation that mastered the art of presence. Without dominance, Switzerland does not demand to be noticed. But once understood, it cannot be ignored. And as this journey reaches its final moments, one truth lingers. In a loud world, quiet strength may be the most powerful force of all. Switzerland doesn't try to impress. It simply stands firm quietly, confidently, and with purpose. If this journey made you see Switzerland beyond postcards and stereotypes, leave a comment with one word that describes how it made you feel. And if you want to keep exploring countries that speak softly, but leave deep echoes, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who loves meaningful travel. The world still has many silent stories waiting to be uncovered.